This is Key and we're low key. So today we're going to talk about our thoughts and how our thoughts create our reality. I think we've touched bases on this before in a couple of our other videos, but just seems like we need to touch on it again.
Yeah, it's one of them topics you could make 100 videos about it.
Yeah. So with a thought, we have to, whenever we're changing it, because it's easy to say to change it, but whenever we're changing it, we need to understand what shaped that thought, what is the root of that thought. And a lot of our thoughts or habits are formed through our thoughts that we've experienced through other people, growing up, of course, like, being in that environment where you've experienced a certain habit that when you get older, it's hard to understand where it came from or understand yourself. And it's only because you need to understand what shaped it. What shaped that thought? What past experience did you have to shape that thought? Our thoughts are powerful. We can literally change our reality with our thoughts, and we can actually do damage to our thoughts because thoughts are just what you believe. So if you keep thinking the same thought over and over and over again, that's your belief system.
It ain't gonna change. Reality ain't gonna change.
Yeah, so your belief system has a lot to do with the way that you think. So, with that being said, when you believe something, that means that you understand it and you have faith in it that it's going to happen. And a lot of times we don't understand that when we keep thinking the same things over and over and over again. I know I struggled with it before, just thinking the same thing over and over and over again. Turns out that is a belief, and your thoughts are just a bunch of systems, belief systems that you have, and you have to shift that whole, as Bob Proctor would say, paradigm. You have to shift it. You have to change it, but in order to change it, you got to understand what shaped it, what brought it.
It's always, like our last video last week, it's always the thought at the genesis of the action that you took that you gotta have to become aware of. So it's the thinking stuff in between everybody with thoughts that you're able to pull from to create your new reality. You don't need to look at nobody else in order to create your reality. And when you come to the realization that it's unlimited amount of creation in between all of the creators here on earth, then you'll understand you only need to look within yourself in order to change the situation. The problem is we let our thoughts run. And when you let your thoughts run, what do you think is running? It's running the same programs that is used to running because you're on autopilot. So they say holding the thought is like that takes so much energy. That's why it's so easy to go back doing what you was doing. Because that's the most powerful force in the universe is the ability to focus. And it's not by coincidence that that's the most powerful force in the universe, because that is the God in you. In order to build a habit, like with focused direction, and to continuously build a habit, that is creation. And it starts with the thought. But 99.9% of us revert back to what we was doing, because it's just easier. It's just easier. until, I mean, you gotta keep doing it, though. You gotta keep getting back up and remembering where you wanna go. Like, I have problems with that, like letting my thoughts run and not holding my vision in my head while I'm doing my task. You have to hold a vision of yourself and your reality in your head all day long. And it's so difficult because it's so easy to just go on autopilot and coast. Be thinking about all kind of negative shit, all type of shit that don't serve you at all. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta develop the skill of holding the thought of what you want, because that's the only way to change your reality. You know what I'm saying? What you think?
Yeah, I agree with that. Your mind can run just on autopilot after a while, because a thought has to pass through your conscious first. And when it passes through your consciousness, then, and you keep thinking that thing over and over again, it's actually transported to your subconscious mind. And that's why we do things sometimes and we don't even realize it. So like, for instance, when you learn how to drive, right? You learn all the basics of driving, your book work, and then you go on the road and then you start driving, right? All right, so you driving. Then after a couple years, some experience, you just say, I'm getting ready to go. You get in the car. You don't think about it. You just do it. You get in the car, you put it in drive, and you move on. It's not something that you have to think about because it's like your nature. You know how to do it because you practiced it over and over and over and over and over again. So it's the same thing with the thought. If you keep thinking that same thought over and over and over again, it's going to attract that very thing that you're thinking about. And you are going to get exactly, and it's not that you want that. I don't think nobody wants anything negative. I don't think, if you don't understand how the mind works. But once you understand it and those things happen because of your belief system, I think that turns into what you don't want. And how you feel about yourself and how you want your reality to be is basically what you think. So, in my opinion, you must change your thoughts. And when we get to the core of who you are, your being, the core of your being, like what lies there? Like what is it that you need to change about you in order to see results, in order to grow, in order to move beyond or move past the old you long enough to experience the new you, the new life, the life that you desire to live. So change is like, that's gonna happen if you believe it can happen. If you put that action behind what you believe. And even if you, like for instance, even if you don't believe in something and you want to believe in something, you ask God to help you with that. You ask the Creator to help you with that, and you do that through gratitude. You do that through repetition. So you have to practice that. Everything is a practice. You have to renew your mind. And when you renew your mind, that is what you think with. And I think we underestimate the power of the mind. And the mind is very powerful. There's been plenty of studies on it, plenty of books on it. Like, what can your mind do if you keep depositing positive thoughts? Keep depositing. You expect good things to happen. If you expect negative things to happen, negative is going to happen. If you expect positive and good things to happen, positive and good things are going to happen. And it's up to you, because this life is you have free will. You can choose whatever you want. God, the universe, Buddha, whoever you believe in, gives you that freedom. There's no force. You don't force anything. And I think that's one of the the laws of the universe, or something I read, it was saying don't force anything, just allow it to be. So if someone rejects you, allow it, because they don't give freely.
Yeah.
So if it's not giving you, if they're not giving you your time, giving you their time, giving you what you want or desire or need, then you have to allow it to be and deposit a good thought for something good to happen, and it will turn around. I've seen it happen plenty of times. Like, it will turn around, but you have to be willing to do the work. So if we are willing to do work, then we get to it, go through it and get to it.
Yeah, you gotta have gratitude. For some reason, you gotta have gratitude. You can't hold two thoughts at the same time. And the best way to circumvent a negative thought is with that gratitude. And then you build on top of the gratitude. You open up a lane to put your focus back on the thing you want. And you hold that thought through taking the action of doing the thing. Like, you have to do it. You know, because if you ain't come up under people you wish to be like, if you're on autopilot, just know that you're moving in the easiest direction that your mind know how to move. So you, 9 times out of 10, you moving in the direction of those who came before you that you don't want to be like.
And familiar.
Yeah, so you figure out what you want to do. What's the things you want to get better at in order to become the person that you want to become? Hold the thought in your head, and you must take the action. You must take the action. Negativity come in, like gratitude, and build on top of it and keep pushing, bro. Bro, you got something else?
No, that's it.
I'm low.
This is Key, and we're low key.
Like, comment,
And subscribe.
peace.